Welcome to Voice Up. My name is Rudy Tomlinson now, and so Voice Up is where we inspire, motivate, and talk with empowering young people from all walks of life. Now we are in the month of love, February, and we also celebrate Black History Month. And on the panel with me this afternoon, we have Andrew. So Andrew, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Ruby.
Hey.
Once again, my name is Drew. Everyone calls me Drew. Um, I myself, I'm a young person. I enjoy working out. I'm a bodybuilder, and I someday hope to become a professional bodybuilder in the near future. Very near future.
No, Andrew, February. February is a very special day. It's also, the month that we celebrate my birthday. Yes, and it's a very important month. Not only because I'm born in this month, but it's the month of love.
Yes.
And especially we just celebrated Valentine's Day, and I want to know from your perspective, what does Valentine's Day mean to you?
Well, to me, Valentine's Day. Well, my experience with Valentine's Day hasn't been pretty pleasant.
Woo.
So personally, for me, Valentine's Day is just another ordinary day.
Mm-hmm.
My most fondest experience, if I can be frank, was when I was 8 years old. My mother bought me the biggest Valentine's Day basket, and that was the last Valentine's Day gift I ever received. And I was 8 years old, and so and thereafter, there was no more baskets because shortly after my mother passed, and so it's not really. It's a joyous occasion for those who celebrate love, and bear in mind we all celebrate love. I love love.
Yeah.
But for me, it's somewhat bittersweet to celebrate Valentine's Day, knowing that or remembering that my mother was the last person to ever purchase a Valentine's Day basket for me.
Oh, sorry to hear that. So where are you from originally?
I'm from the Bahamas, Nassau, Bahamas, by the way, in the Caribbean.
Hey, I'm from Jamaica, everybody. Yeah. But I want to know, like, how do you celebrate, like, Valentine's Day, in the Bahamas? I want to know.
Oh, it's a festival. It's an experience in
Mhm.
Bahamas. We go all out. We do the baskets. We do
Yeah.
the roses. We have, most every restaurant has like a Valentine's Day
Yeah.
booking and specials. I know where I worked previously at Atlantis the Resort.
Mm-hmm.
We were booked every Valentine's Day, completely booked, and so it was always like a big thing in the Bahamas.
Nice. Well,
Couples
it's the same. It's the same way in Jamaica.
Yeah.
We on Valentine's Day, when you go into the city or the town, you see red and white.
Yeah.
Everybody dressed that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's really a big thing.
It is.
It is really a big thing. Also, I want to know, like, what are some of the creative ways do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Or if there's
Creatively,
or some of the ways that you think it should be celebrated.
my thing is, especially if you're with a partner.
Yeah.
If you're with a partner and you have someone that you can celebrate love with, you should be able to know the partner well enough to know what they like, what the kind of things they enjoy, and based on that, you can be creative. You can even take a trip out the country, and enjoy each other's company in that environment. You can. I know at home mostly we call it singlegrams, where if your partner's at work, they would pay someone who can sing. I mean, sometimes some persons cannot sing, even though they pay someone, and they would go to them and they would sing a love song to the partner, as a Valentine's Day gift, which is, in my opinion, kind of tacky, but it's more so still creative nonetheless.
So I want to know, like, looking at Valentine's Day, from you're a child to know. I want to know, has it evolved? It is something. Is it grown, or has it how's Valentine's Day now compared to then?
Has it grown now?
I don't know. Like it just seems like
because, in my opinion, I don't think it's grown. I think it's just the same a celebration, the same thing repeated every year, and every year, we lovers come together just to go out to dinner and they purchase the same gifts over and over every year.
Yeah.
The same flowers, the same candies,
Yeah.
the same movies, the same cards.
Yeah.
Every year it's the same thing,
Mhm.
and so nothing has changed even when I was 8 years. I'm sure I can find that same basket
Mhm.
that I had when I was 8 years old today.
Because I think maybe it's not celebrated as a special day because I think love is a everyday
Everyday thing.
long life
Mhm.
thing that we should
Mhm.
always celebrate,
Mhm.
not just to wait on this specific particular day
Mhm.
to do this kind of thing. It is
Mhm.
something that should be acknowledged
Mhm.
every single
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
But just not to divert, I want to know so what are some of the alternative ways to celebrate Valentine's Day for singles or those not in a romantic relationship? Let me repeat that question. What are some of the alternative ways to celebrate Valentine's Day for singles or those not in a romantic relationship?
Well, for me, okay,
Mhm.
I know. Uh, I would normally, especially when I was at home, because my friends, I'm single. I've been single for 10 years. My friends, most of them are single, and so, what we would do, we would, just gather around, get and just eat a nice meal and watch some TVs and watch some videos and have a good time. But, sometimes, we venture off into, appreciating ourselves, showing ourselves
Mhm.
love by purchasing, a bottle of wine or maybe even some chocolates and say, hey, I love myself. I know at some point in my life, one time I've done that. I went out and I, purchased like a bottle of champagne and wine and some chocolates, and I sat down and I, showed myself some love. And that's another thing because, especially within the last 10 years,
Yeah.
after coming out of a relationship where I was deeply in love, I had to learn how to love myself.
Yeah.
And with me learning, I was able to appreciate the person that I am and love the person that I am today, which is probably why I'm so single today because I hold myself to a high standard because I've been through a lot, and I'm not gonna allow anyone to come into my space and disrupt my peace and not show me the amount of love that I can show myself.
Come on
Because
now.
if I can love myself the way I love myself, I need you to love me the way that I love me, or even love me a bit more. Mind you, I can love you. I know the extent of my love.
Yeah.
I can show you that I can give you love, but I need that love reciprocated back to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to give you all of me and just to get half of you.
Come on.
So, when looking for a partner, especially in the year 2024, there's a different variables to different aspects of me, solidifying that relationship.
Yeah.
And so, I think I'm rambling on.
No, I mean, like
Am I?
you are preaching. I think you should have
Yeah.
like a whole, audience or hearing this because I don't think people celebrate themselves a lot.
No.
Maybe because they don't value
They don't-
themselves so
yeah.
much.
And that's so important because, we look for acceptance and love in other people, whereas we can just accept ourselves and love ourselves. I think one of the most satisfying things in the world is when you learn to accept and love yourself for who you are and all your flaws.
Exactly.
Because no one's gonna love you like the way you love yourself. No one. No one.
Yeah.
And if we do that and we find someone that can match that energy, that vibe, and can reciprocate that love to you, there'll be relationships that last 20, 30, 40 years. And mind you, in relationships, no one is perfect. I'm not perfect.
No.
We all have idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
But, in terms of us being able to love, I need that love reciprocated. I need you to show me I can love you the way you love yourself.
Yeah. So wow, yeah, that was a mouthful, and I hope persons out there are listening, really zoom in on what like Andrew is saying, because like these are like food for thoughts. These are food for thoughts, and I think we all need to take a page out of all of what has been said just now, because like you hit the nail on the head. But I want to know my last question.
Okay.
What are some of the common misconceptions or myth about Valentine's Day? Like, what are because people up here say ideas about Valentine's Day and all of that. But I want to know from your perspective, like, have you ever heard of any like misconceptions and myths?
I think one of the common misconceptions is it's just for lovers or couples. If you're gonna celebrate Valentine's Day, let's show love to everyone. I can be your friend and I can celebrate Valentine's Day with you. I can be your brother and I can celebrate Valentine's Day with you, because it's love. Love is love.
So Drew, any final word out there for our listeners? Any final word you want to say to anybody out there?
Yes, for those who are in relationships now, and those who are single, as I said before, the greatest love of all is when you find the love within yourself and you love yourself unconditionally. We all have our issues, we all have our problems, we all have idiosyncrasies, like I said before, but nothing beats the feeling of you knowing your worth and knowing that, hey, I love myself. I'm in love with myself. And so whenever you meet someone, or if you are with someone and you realize that they don't love me the way I love myself, and why am I here? Why am I in this situation? That's probably the time to say, well, you know what? Let me just leave that alone and continue to love myself, because nothing beats loving yourself.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Voice Up, and you've heard it here. You have to love yourself, whether on Valentine's Day, whether in March, April, May, June, July, August, all throughout the year. You have to continue loving yourself. Now, this is Voice Up, where we inspire, motivate, and talk with empower young people from all walks of life. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.